What is up, cool stuff finders? We got a fun video today where we're looking at 15 wacky items that sell on eBay. Basically stuff you look at and you're like, what? That actually sells on eBay? And for that much? Well, we're gonna jump into it, but before we do, please like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos. You know how it be, the YouTube algorithm. Here we go. Kicking off, we got the Wacko RV AC silencer kit. I know, kind of weird, right? I found one of these once at a thrift store for $6.
Wow.
Looked just like this box right here. And it sold for about $120. As you can see it now in brand new condition, it sells from $200 to $220, $275. Kind of a weird thing, but you know, you're walking through the thrift, you never know what you're gonna find. All right, this one surprised me to the max when I saw it in the thrift store. I almost didn't scan it, but I'm like, it looks kind of silly. Why not? There's nothing else to scan here on this shelf, so I picked it up, scanned it, and it's going for big money. It is the Conair Instant Hot Lather Machine. I don't know. These ones obviously brand new, going for above $100. This is the specific one that I found in pre-owned condition. I found mine. This one brand new, $98. I think I sold mine $80, $90 as well. I don't know what it is, but people love them. They sell fast and they sell well, and they're wacky. Here is another surprising flip, and it's the Logitech Harmony Remote Control Hub. You can see this item sells $200-300, maybe even more. New condition, pre-owned. Look at this, $292 for this box. I've just found a random Harmony remote, and it sold for $40. So keep your eye out for Harmony. It's something that people miss at the thrift store, so they'll just be sitting there on the shelf waiting for you. Next up, we got the Kensington Rolling Mouse. Kind of a fun looking mouse. These ones in brand new condition are selling $100 to $200. In pre-owned condition though, you can see this one went for $80.
Wow.
So keep your eye out for this type of mouse and any other unique computer mouse. Usually those are good flips. I found pre-owned one that looked just like this without the ball, and it still sold for $20, $25 in untested condition. So very wacky as well. Here we are, we got cash registers, specifically Sharp because that's the model that I sold. These ones are going around $400 or $500. These are obviously the best case scenario. You find one that looks just like this, the XE-A407 electric cash register working, you're gonna get $400 to $500 for sure. But in a more realistic scenario, you'll find a different one. Maybe it looks a little more beat up. You found it at the thrift store. You should still expect to get around $100. At least that's what I got. So keep your eye out. Maybe at a yard or estate sale, you'll find one. You can get some good money out of that. Here is another wacky find. It is the Philips Digital Pocket Memo, aka what they use to record your voice before the smartphone. This guy in pre-owned condition, these are best offers. You're looking at more $80 to $100 selling this, especially if it has the charge base with it. I sold mine for about $75, I think, and it sold pretty quickly. I got it at a thrift store in one of those like bagged up electronics sections for like $6. It sells well and it's silly. So keep your eye out for this, especially maybe at an estate yard sale, just something sitting in some old box in a drawer or something. Yeah, very cool item. Here is another one that just surprised me. I found it in a thrift store, the Andy's Professional Barber. It looked kind of like this gray one. It was in much more beat up condition, and it was just sitting under some basketballs on a shelf. And it sold within a few days for like $35, and it was listed for like $2. So keep your eye out for those vintage trimmers. For some reason, people want them and they sell pretty good. This is getting a little different than what I was expecting, but yeah, like this guy right here, $25 for this plus shipping. In general, this one's not actually that wacky right here. You're seeing a video game that sells in brand new condition. Obviously that's gonna happen. It's more of the story behind this one for me. I was at an estate sale and it was obviously a hoarder's house, just millions of boxes in a massive basement. And I found this specific game, The Thing for Xbox. It was sealed. It sold obviously for around $80 very quickly. So be on the lookout. This one specifically in pre-owned also sells pretty well. $30 right here plus shipping, $25 plus shipping. Be on the lookout for The Thing. Here's something I've sold multiple times, the Sonoline heart baby monitor, doppler, ultrasound device. It's just this funky little remote thing that has some funny little jelly, and people often donate them or sell them for very cheap, or it's very cheap at a thrift store, and you can easily get $30, $40 depending on condition. Be on the lookout for those. Here's another medical device that I've sold multiple times. It is the iWalk 3.0 hands-free crutch. The specific model I have sold for $65. As you can tell, mine was at $112 in delivery. I wonder if it actually sells for that much. Just a tip, you can actually deconstruct it a little bit to make shipping a lot easier. This is something you could easily find in a thrift store, yard sale, just walking around on your 2 legs, and you find this crutch for someone that may only have 1 leg. Pick it up. It's usually real cheap, and it sells $60 to $100 depending on condition. Here's another really fun, wacky find. It is a fish finder, fishing buddy specifically, and you put it on a canoe, kayak, and it kind of tells you where the fish are under your boat. And it has this connector device, long pole, and a little screen. I specifically sold the Fishing Buddy 2 side finder, as you can see right here. I don't know what it is. When I sold mine, it was not selling for $130. It was selling more for like $50, $60. Maybe it's gone up in price. Maybe this person is better at advertising. I don't know. But be on the lookout for any type of fish finding device. If you find a more newer item with like a bigger tablet type screen, those can actually sell for thousands of dollars. So be on the lookout for fish finding devices. Here's another wacky find, Euler's disc. I think it's some sort of fun science game. It says STEM, so maybe something that teachers use to teach momentum or some sort of physics. Right, I found this at a thrift store for $3. It's just a shiny disc that spins for a long time. That's it. Right? And people are buying it for $40, $50, as you can see. This is also a testament for any other wacky game, something that kind of catches your eye. Don't be afraid to scan it, see what the comps are, because this one, very happily, I picked up. It sold quite fast, actually, and made me some good profit. Here's another thing to be on the lookout for, especially at thrift stores, for cheap rain bird irrigation control stations. This set of 2 went for $280.
Wow.
This one $300.
Wow.
Obviously, these ones are the best case scenario. You find the ESP-LXME sprinkler control with 4K zone, right? Obviously, that's the best case scenario, and you're getting $200 out of it. But in my case, I find many of the more basic models, and they're selling anywhere from $20 to $60. So be on the lookout for any type of irrigation system. They sell well on eBay, and per the name of the video, kind of wacky. Here's one that surprised me when I picked it up at the thrift store and scanned it. It is the ThermoWorks Extra Big Kitchen Timer. Yeah, a kitchen timer resells well on eBay. These ones are obviously brand new, selling for about $40. I don't know, you can see this one's mine. Chris finds cool stuff right here. Sold it for $35. I found it for $2.99 at the thrift store, and it sold within a few days. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for any kind of funky little thing. Scan it and you can surprise yourself. This particular one, be on the lookout, because even pre-owned condition, $33.50. Here's a fun item, the Nemco stainless steel food chicken slicer. I don't know if it's industrial or something, but I found 2 of these at a thrift store once, $8 each, and they each sold for around $110, $130. Even just the parts for it, obviously brand new, but $68, $40. I'm not sure who needs an industrial sized kitchen slicer, but to each their own. If you find it, pick it up and make some good money off of it. And there you have it. We made it through 15 super wacky finds that resell well on eBay. I'll say it again just because of the eBay algorithm. Please like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want me to keep on pumping out some content. Thanks again, and good luck finding some cool stuff out there.